Hello, humans. So, you want to know how they're stealing your elections? Well, here we go. Before we get into it, if you enjoy my content, if I have informed you, or at least entertained you, like and subscribe, leave a comment, share with your friends, helps out a lot. All right, here we go. 49 U.S. states caught handing out voter registration cards to illegal aliens. Not space aliens, illegal aliens. Welfare offices and other agencies in 49 states have been caught giving voter registration forms to illegal aliens without requiring ID or proof of citizenship, as Democrats mobilize to weaponize Biden's open border in time for the November election. Every state, with the exception of Arizona, which is mind-boggling, which recently passed a law barring the practice on state forms, has been exposed granting illegal aliens who are applying for either welfare benefits, driver's licenses, or in some cases mail-in ballots, voter registration forms without demanding proof of citizenship. Why the fuck do you think Creepy Joe and Camel Toe are leaving that border open? One of many reasons. Absurdly, there is currently no requirement on federal voting forms to provide proof of U.S. citizenship. New York Post reports millions of migrants with humanitarian parole, refugee, or asylum status are eligible for benefits that would bring them to the offices where the voter registration takes place. The National Voter Registration Act, or NVRA, of 1993 ordered states to register voters at the Department of Motor Vehicles, DMV, and agencies where Americans apply for public benefits, and those offices are required by federal law to hand over the registration forms along with application papers. If an applicant attests that they are a U.S. citizen, that is considered valid on its face and the person is registered to vote. The House Administration Committee last month approved Safeguard American Voter Eligibility, or SAVE Act, to require states to receive proof of citizenship when anyone registers to vote by mail or DMV or welfare agency office. While Biden's radical progressive Democrats give ISIS criminals an app to literally schedule their illegal entry, Republicans must fight any chance of illegal voter registration until we can mass deport Representative Chip Roy of Texas, who introduced the measure, told the Post. Chip Roy is a good man. As President Biden has welcomed millions and millions of illegal aliens through our borders, including sophisticated criminal syndicates, foreign adversaries, and it's incumbent upon Congress to implement greater enforcement of measures that secure voter registration process and ensure only American citizens decide the outcome of American elections. House Speaker Mike Johnson, of Republican from Louisiana, said in a statement following its approval. It is undeniable that the current structure makes it possible for illegal immigrants and non-citizens to vote, and the American people have no way of knowing how widespread the problem may be, Ryan Walker, Executive Vice President at the Conservative Heritage Foundation sister group, Heritage Action, told the Post. The SAVE Act puts all of these issues to rest and gives Americans confidence that our elections are decided on a more even playing field, Walker said. House Republican leaders have yet to schedule a floor vote for the measure, though one Hill source suggested to the Post that it could come up before the August recess. Yeah, I have a feeling it will. The left-leaning Campaign Legal Center has opposed the SAVE Act, imagine that, as shameful measure that will undermine trust in the electoral process and our democracy. Dismissing concerns over non-citizen voting and declaring it has taken place at any meaningful level. It's a fabrication being peddled for the personal and political gain by the leaders who should know better, said Campaign Legal Center Executive Director Adav Noti in a statement as the House Administration Committee prepared to consider the SAVE Act. Shameful bills like the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act often result in eligible U.S. citizens being incorrectly prevented from voting or being forced to jump through additional hoops to exercise their freedom to vote. Campaign opposes In Georgia, one of the several battleground states that delivered Biden his victory in 2020, left-wing voter groups sued Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger earlier this year for trying to implement citizen verification methods. Hundreds of non-Americans have since been caught after casting ballots in races ranging from the local to the presidential and subsequently purged from voter rolls. Hans von Spakovsky, a former member of the Federal Election Commission, FEC, and manager of Election Law Reform Initiative and the Heritage Foundation, presented many such examples in testimony to the House committee ahead of the panel's May 23rd approval of the SAVE Act. It's a real problem, not an imaginary problem, von Spakovsky told the Post. Yeah, the SAVE Act needs to pass or we're fucked. We got millions of people in this country now. We have no idea who they are. They could be plotting the next 9/11 right now. They're fucking voting, you know. Wake up, America. Pay attention. All of you so-called law enforcers out there, time to wake up. As always, stay frosty. Peace.